That's you lot there. It's nice to see you. You're going out live to the world at the moment. That's St. Paul's greeting. The entire universe as we know it. And I've got with me, your teacher here is Ciara McCoy. I've got Anita Dennison here, and I've got Niall Campbell here. And you guys have been successful in an Irish public speaking competition. And maybe, Ciara, you would start us off. Tell us just what that was about. It's called ABBA.
It's called ABBA, it is.
ABBA.
It's an Irish language public speaking competition, and schools from all over the 9 counties of Ulster participate. Niall and Anita were very successful in the first round, and it involved them really writing a script of 3 minutes on a speech they wanted to deliver, and they had to learn it off by heart. And when they won that competition, they had to then write a second speech.
3 minutes off by heart.
Mm-hmm.
That's good going, isn't it?
They're fantastic. So they continued on to the Ulster final there, where Niall won first place and Anita got second place in her
First
division.
and second in the Ulster final.
Yeah.
St. Paul's forever, that's what I say, without a shadow of doubt.
Definitely.
Congratulations to you. Now, how fluent are you guys in the language, in Irish? You must be great experts in it.
Well, I've been doing it since I went to the Bunskull in Newry, and I've been doing it since I was 3.
Yeah.
So
it's natural. It's as natural as English to you.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, where did you learn your English? You have very good English as well.
From my mum at home.
Irish is almost your first language.
Well, both of them really.
Both of them really. And what about Bunskull and Newry? Is it a bilingual approach, or is it totally Irish?
Well, for the first maybe up to P3, you'd be it completely through Irish, but then you'd start, doing English like students in other primary schools.
Yeah.
Like just English.
So your English is not being ignored or
No.
neglected.
Not at all.
That's the good thing there. Anita, your provenance in Irish, tell me about it.
Well, I only started learning Irish in first year.
First year at Paul's?
First year at St. Paul's, yeah.
Yeah.
And from there on in, I just loved it. I loved everything about it, and I was like, I just stick with it all the way through.
Wow.
So,
What made you love it?
I
What
don't
is
know,
it about
it's just-
Irish?
It's our native language, and I just love the
I
culture.
know those are reasons for doing it, but that's not a reason to love it. It could be. I think I love it, and I can't speak it because of the lovely flow of the language and the poetry of the language. It's beautiful, and your headmaster once read some poetry for me for television in Irish, and it was totally beautiful. I hadn't a clue what he was saying, but it was lovely. It
Yeah.
was indeed. So, will you give us a little example of the sort of stuff you have done? Who would like to start me? Just to get
Try.
a feeling of it.
What just?
And this, you're the one that you're. First of all, tell the folk what you had written about. And
Well, I had written about our national anthem and whether we needed a new one. Just that we needed a national anthem in Ireland that everyone can be proud of, like not just nationalists. Like
Yeah.
unionists can be proud of it too, and like the different things we could do to unite everyone under the same national anthem.
And what way was your mindset taking you in this? What were you thinking? What way were you? What was it coming down to as a national anthem?
It was, one that maybe a bit in English and a bit in Irish.
A mixture, yes.
Yeah, or we could just have no words at all, just a tune or something. So
Sounds a very good idea. Mind you, there are people appearing in court in Belfast for tunes they play without words. I don't know if that would really solve it either. Absolutely. So you have 3 minutes of that.
yeah,
Would you give me a passionate 1 minute of it in Irish?
just the start of it.
Just a minute of it that makes that brings across your passion for the exercise.
Acharja, while I'm Lorch living you, Fuin Torain Nashanta, an fun is ansa is conspigi, agus is kaintja is mo kaintja atas a cheersha. Tas ogum nach maile codjog of shaw clistens, ach shinum gol orain Nashanta nua dierin, a hegla ahan dinya fud na heron be brodulas. Is bralamar Torain Nashanta kiol, riv cleha common luclas gale, nor if cleha soccer idir Nashanta few. Ach bí mig cringeil nuair clunam muintir na tuisceart ag ceol faoi banrín na bhreataine nó rud a tarlíonn ag an rugby leis an tórainn Ireland's Call ná Ireland's Call mar deirtar ar Garda Rugby.
That is, I like that a lot. I love the sound of it. Now, what were you saying there?
Well, I was just talking about how that's my introduction, that's the start of the speech, just talking about how it's a very controversial tune, but then going on and telling people that I think we need a new national anthem. But I said that I love to sing Oran na Bhíon before a Gaelic match or before an international soccer game. But that, you know, I cringe a bit when I hear people from the north at the northern football games singing about the Queen or that song Ireland's Call that they do before the rugby.
You don't like Ireland's Call?
No, I think it's good for what it stands for. It's just not a very good song.
Yeah. Mr. Coulter, I hope you're listening out. That would be good. Now, Anita, what about yours? What did you go for?
Well, my speech in the Ulster final was about an strathailt le haidh fearfachta, basically the struggle to be perfect.
The struggle to be perfect.
And how the media uses images and magazines to make teenagers think that celebrities have a perfect body when in reality nobody's perfect.
Guess who buys those media things?
I know, teenagers.
You and your
Yeah,
friends.
I know.
So who's responsible ultimately?
Well,
if you weren't buying them, they wouldn't be selling them, would they?
Well,
They wouldn't be making any money out of
I
you.
suppose.
Are you
Yeah.
going to give me a minute of your delivery? Will you do that?
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's
Right.
a yes. Why wouldn't you?
Well,
Go for it with a good hearty try and it'll be grand.
tá cinnealatha agsúla brúna ar dhéana yoga an tá dóin mór an mhaon sin agus ní féidir leat éalú ón na pictar ar thuirtar as a gcóras na main Hummersaide. Pic an déagarí ar sí suas agus fecinn siad barlatha na négathirí in áte bheith ag orc síos lensa an hamra. Mar sinnde, bíonn a lán déagarí ag gurí a bheith cosúil le daoine cáileala agus má thoró sin for breis le 100 míle duna faoi 8 mbliana déag díos manlíocht pláisteach I neadúla sa deich de bhar surgery Port. Is sprú de rira eile iwa chorp, títar na daoine clúirteacha seo agus iad ionteach tannaí, agus sílan na daoine yoga agus caileanna yoga go háirithe, go gaithfidh siad maitheann a chailú go leithreach ban.
What was that about?
Um,
It was lovely. Similarly, as the flow of the language,
Yeah, it is
isn't it,
beautiful.
Ciara? There's something very beautiful about the way the intonation of the Irish just flows.
It does,
It's
yeah.
very special indeed.
Particularly, I think, with Ulster Irish, you know, it's beautiful
Really?
sounding. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other dialects it can be a wee bit harsher, but
Aye.
Ulster Irish is absolutely beautiful to listen to.
Yeah, the poem that your headmaster, your current headmaster, said for me, was the poetry of the South Ulster poets,
Lovely.
and that was gorgeous stuff. So, what were you saying there to us?
Well, just how, you know, there's many problems facing young people nowadays, and one of them is body image. How teenagers can pick up a magazine and see the view of the editors instead of the view from down the camera lens, and how, you know, that can affect them and can lead to all sorts of problems like anorexia and bulimia. And I had one statistic in there from surgery.org 3 years ago where over 100,000 teenagers got plastic surgery in 2010 to look like celebrities.
My goodness,
So
that's
it's a
madness.
harsh
What
statistic.
can I ask you? What did the judges say about what you had to say?
The judges really don't give you feedback.
Mm.
They just would tell, you know, they just give out the results.
Maybe they need to catch themselves on and start giving you feedback, because if it's so lovely, it's important to say it's
Yeah.
lovely. Important to, the way you were delivering it there, the way Neil was
Yeah.
delivering his there there's a passion in it. You were stamping it out, and you know it's just not enough to let that flow away. People should comment about that, I think.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
No comment back for you either, Niall. Yes.
Sorry?
No comment back for
No,
you either.
no, not for me either.
No. You're quite proud of these kids.
Extremely proud of them.
Please, I need to apologise immediately. Not kids, young
Young-
man,
That's it.
which is the thing.
They put in a vast amount of work under the direction of their teacher, Mr. Stephen Mooney. They were coming in early in the morning to prepare for this. For an A-level exam, you have to prepare 1 3-minute presentation, and at this stage, both of these have prepared 2, you know,
Yes,
and delivered
yeah.
2 of them and won prizes with them. So the amount of work that they have put in is outstanding, you know, and they've done extremely well, and we couldn't be more proud of them.
Yeah. Your school has an increasing track record of turning out excellence. I see it all the time.
We do. We promote excellence in all areas, you know, for every single student.
It
Niall,
almost sounds like a motto.
it does well. I don't think it's an official school motto, but it's something that we strive for, you know.
Promoting excellence in all.
In all. Niall, for example, got second in Northern Ireland here in his recent GCSE Irish exam, and he's only a year 10 student, you know, so he's done that early.
That tells you the good of Bunscoil and Newry.
Sinead, that's it, absolutely. And we're very lucky to have the students from Bunscoil and Newry feeding into St Paul's as well.
Yeah.
And Anisha had won already an award for her participation in the Irish Drama Festival.
Yes.
And I know we had some feedback from the adjudicators at that stage, Anita,
What were
about
they
your
saying
performance.
to you, Anita? Tell me about that.
Well, this was back 2 years ago, I think.
Okay.
Where we, first of all, we competed in the Newry competition, and we got through to the Ulsters and then to the All Irelands in Mullingar. And our play was, you know, it's about a trip to the museum as a school, and I was the angry teacher who one student that didn't really like. And lucky enough for him in it, he had a dream where he would beat me up in a boxing ring, but fortunately it was only a dream. And we made up like a fake boxing ring in the stage, and we did it out, you know, slow motion and all.
Yes.
Made it big, and we had the Rocky theme tune as well, which is brilliant to it. So.
And the adjudicator liked
Yeah,
it.
and she said she wouldn't want to meet me down the dark alley. So.
Oh my God!
Got
yeah,
angry.
yeah. But I mean, we're talking about image of young people,
Yeah.
and the number of young people who had plastic surgery.
Yeah.
You know your colleagues and your friends and your peers. How do they think about this? Are they willingly following these false examples, or are they railing against it?
Well, I think more so nowadays that young people tend to not go towards the celebrity image because they know who they are and they have their own perception of themselves. But yeah, you're still going to have people that want to look like Cheryl Cole or models on the catwalk who realistically aren't real. So, but you know, what can you do about that?
What indeed? What are you going to do when you leave St Paul's? What's your
Well,
plan?
Irish is my route. It's
Okay.
always been my route. Hopefully after
What jobs are there in Irish, may I ask you?
any job you want, you can do anything with Irish. You can become my Irish teacher, Dahi Murray, was telling us a few weeks ago, there was a psychologist in Donegal area who didn't speak Irish, and the young boy only spoke Irish, and there was nobody for him.
Yeah.
So you can go down any route with Irish.
But
So
what do you think you might want to do?
after 7th year, I want to go to St Mary's and study Irish teaching.
Like,
And then in the future, hopefully, maybe do marketing with Irish and advertise it to everybody out there and how they can embrace their
I
language.
kind of
also.
think she's going to do that.
I think she is. Anita
Because
can do
there's a-
anything she sets her
There's a
mind
kind
to.
of direct line to it there. You've got it in your sights, without a doubt.
Definitely.
And Niall, what about you?
Well, I'd like to be a barrister.
Wow, well, you'd be a good barrister. And I loved, you know something? I was once offered an apprenticeship when I was in the BBC by John Gillan, who went on to be a judge. And he said, would you consider going to be a barrister? And I always regret not having done it. Because you don't have to be a solicitor first to be a barrister, but go straight for that. 'Cause soliciting is a bit of like pushing pens and just doing, but Barry, you get in there and a good barrister. Your Sunday nights, if you're in court on the Monday, your Sunday nights won't be much fun because you'll be studying the case for the next. And the barrister who studies the case on the Sunday night wins it on the Monday in court. Always. There's no two ways about it. Have you gone out to see the folk out there yet, the barristers out
No,
there
not yet. But my cousin works as a barrister in
What's his
Belfast.
name?
Luke.
Luke.
And we were talking about him because
Luke Campbell.
No,
No.
O'Brien.
Brian.
And
Sorry, what's his name?
Luke O'Brien.
Luke O'Brien,
And
yeah.
he got married there recently, and at the wedding we were just talking to him, and he asked me if I wanted to go up. So
Go and do it. Yeah, make it happen, you know. The school guidance for careers in St Paul's, Ciara, what kind of priorities exist within the school in relation to guiding them?
Well, we have a fantastic careers department led by Miss Siobhan Kearney, and we've recently just had a careers week in school, where particularly our Year 12 students who are making their choices for A-level and further education
Yes.
came in with their parents after school and spoke to the teachers of different subjects, to representatives from Newry SRC and different jobs and areas that they can go into. So it's a very comprehensive approach to careers in our school, and it's embedded across all curriculums. And all subjects that we have a responsibility to deliver careers and talk about careers to our students.
Absolutely. Now, the Irish in the school, the ethos, where is that ethos growing from?
Well, it's coming from our students. Our students have a great enthusiasm.
Is it student driven or is it handed down from the
Well,
hierarchy within the school?
I think it's a bit of both. We have 4 very strong Irish teachers within the school who are very passionate about the language. It's visible throughout our whole school. You know, as you enter St Paul's, Ard Scully Paul is written on the gate. And we've just had Seachtain na Gaeilge, which is Irish Week, which we celebrated with different events. We had a quiz, we had a run for the Irish language, we had a ceilidh. We've just had a lot of events celebrating our language. Our students pick it up very quickly. We use a lot of modern technology to deliver Irish in a very kind of way that will reach the students and that they can access at any place. And that seems to be contributing a lot to our success.
Okay. And when your mummy and daddy said to you, look, you're going to go to Bunscoil in Newry, you suddenly were a different kind of guy because you weren't going to the same place as your friends up the road.
Yeah, no, but well, I was only 3 at the time, so I wouldn't have a great memory. I didn't really have a choice as well.
But you stayed there till you were 11, did you?
Yeah.
And did friends within the community, people can be foolish and can bully and can do things. Because you were doing a different thing, were you outside the pack?
No, but they were all amazed that I could speak fluent Irish.
You had 2 languages and they had only 1, yeah. Well, how are you on French, for example?
I'm okay at it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good.
And you, Anita?
Well, I'm doing it for A level, so hopefully I'm a bit
Yeah.
alright.
But if you've got a mind that's capable of doing Irish, you certainly have a mindset that will do French and maybe even Mandarin to go to be a barrister in China, or just go around the world and do business, because that's the whole outreach now, to go further afield, So congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
You're really good people, and it's always lovely when you come in.
Thank you
very, very much indeed. We wish you well. Take care.
Very
Thank
much.
you.
We'll play you some music now.